Well, good morning. Before you listen to the sermon, there's a video that I want you to watch. What I want you to do is go to vimeo.com, V-I-M-E-O, and search for the Orange Strategy. And there'll be two videos that come up that say Orange Strategy. It's the first one that says The Orange Strategy. So take a moment, go ahead and watch that, and then you can come back and listen to the rest. Okay, so you may be wondering why today's message is about one of my favorite colors and why you just saw a video about the color orange. Well, didn't you know? Orange is our new church color. You know, just like the football teams have team colors, our church now has a color, and it's orange. Okay. So maybe it's not our new church color, but it is our new church strategy for reaching out to and discipling our children and youth. Well, how can a color be a strategy? Well, anytime you think of orange, think of this. Orange is a strategy that combines two critical influences to demonstrate the message of God's story and influence to the next generation. These two critical influences are represented by a big red beating heart and the glowing yellow light bulb. Now, as a parent, you have a big red beating heart to see your child happy, to be successful, and to know that God is a part of their life. And as the church, we have the light and hope of Christ that shines like a bright light bulb. And when we combine these two influences, when we work together towards the same goal and the same end in mind for our children and students, we have the potential to make orange, to make a greater impact on the next generation. To put this another way, I want you to go in your drawers and find some crayons or colored pencils and take out a red and a yellow one. What I want you to do is start to color a red circle. Now, once you have a good-sized red circle there, I want you to start coloring over it with yellow. Now, keep coloring. I have a story. So, when my sister and I were little, one of our favorite things to do was to play with Play-Doh. My sister and I would set up our little table in the kitchen and then pull out all the Play-Doh and all the molds and the cutouts, and we had a wonderful time making food and invented fabulous new creatures. Well, the cool thing with Play-Doh was that when my mom wasn't looking, we started experimenting with combining the different colors, and it transformed into something new. Sometimes it ended up looking like a poop color, and other times it ended up looking like a beautiful color like the color of the sea. And sometimes it looked like the color that you have on your paper right now. So, how's your spot looking? Good? What color did it turn into? Orange? I didn't plan that at all. Anyways, do you guys remember the two colors that you started with? We had red and yellow. So let's connect things here. If red represents the heart of the family, and if yellow represents the light of the church, then orange represents when we work together, when we combine our efforts to love these children and to share with them the light and the love of God. Now, isn't that cool? Now, how does this actually play out in our lives? Parents, let me just talk to you for a few moments here. Your role in this strategy, in the orange strategy, is as the big red beating heart. And I have three things that are just for you. The first one is love your children. The second one is talk to them about faith and life in a way that's real, model and show them what it means to have an everyday faith. And 3, get involved in parent and children's programs here at the church. Now, the first one, love your children. I know, parents, you're already doing this, and you're doing a fabulous job, so awesome. Now, the second thing is to show them and model them what it means to have an everyday faith. Now, this may be something that you're already incorporating with your children or maybe trying to do. And this year with Kids Club, we'll have some awesome resources for you to use at home to continue the conversation about the faith and what we're talking about at Kids Club. So what we have is called the Parent Cue. Now, this is a resource that cues you in as parents on what we're talking about at Kids Club each week. And then it also has discussion questions to help you continue the conversation at home. And it has some other great resources for you as the parents to check out as well, which is very awesome. And then also throughout the year, there might be some other things that we'll start incorporating to help you as parents to really connect with your kids. Now, the third one, get involved. So, parents, how can you get involved here at the church? Well, we have a parent book study that meets every month on Tuesday nights. So, we just finished up the book called Parenting Beyond Your Capacity by Reggie Joyner and Carrie Newhoff. And we are starting another book at our next meeting on September 11th at 7 p.m. And it's just a great place to talk about, as parents, how to incorporate God into your life and into your children's lives as well. So that's a little thing for you guys as parents that you can get involved in. Now for the kids, we have a couple different things here at church for them. Every Sunday we have Sunday school at 9:15. And actually next week, our Sunday school is having Rally Day, where we get ready and excited for this next year of Sunday school. It'll be lots of fun. And then the thing that I'm really excited about is we are starting Kids Club on September 12th. That's very exciting. We have a new curriculum that we're using called 252 Basics, which comes from Luke 2:52, where it says, Jesus grew in wisdom and stature. And what's really cool about that is as Jesus grew up, so the kids are also growing up, and it's just kind of a cool connection there for them. And this curriculum goes right along with our Orange strategy. It's set up with many ways to keep you as parents informed about what the kids are learning and ways that they can take it home with them as well. And it'll be a lot of fun for all of our kids from kindergarten up through 5th grade. And what's really cool is this month our theme is the flight plan. And we're talking about respect and just how God is in control of everything. And it'll just be a really, really cool month. So those are some things for you guys as parents just to keep in mind and to focus on as we're going into this Orange strategy. So first, love your children. Second, model and show them what it means to have an everyday faith. And then third, get involved in parent and children's programs here at the church. Now with Orange, as we were talking about, there's two colors, there's two sides to this. We have both the parents and families, and then we also have the church. So now the rest of us who are grandparents or older parents, the kids have moved out of the house or they're just older, or even those of us who never had children or haven't had children yet, what is our role in the Orange strategy? How can we be a bright yellow light bulb to these kids? And the best way that we can do that is get involved in the kids and the youth and children's ministries here at Dwight United Methodist Church. Now, as a church family and as a community of believers, what is really cool is to see all of us working together to accomplish things and all working together towards the same goals, the same end in mind. And what's really cool is I have noticed in this church that you guys just go crazy over mission stuff. And you guys just come together and raise money and go out and do awesome things. And what greater reason to work together than for the children, not only in our church, but also in our community, to fight for their hearts that they may know God and know how to live with an everyday faith. To really make Orange work, we need your help. These parents need your help, and these children need your Christian influence. Now, with Kids Club starting in less than 2 weeks, we really need your help. We need decorators, we need snacks, we need small group leaders to be there every week with these kids. We need you. So make sure to contact the church, contact me, and we'll plug you in, we'll get you where you can be an influence for these kids. Now, what's really cool about getting involved in children's and students' lives is that it does pay off. Did you know that 40 to 50% of students end up leaving their faith when they graduate high school? Now, I know that's a sad statistic, but the flip side is also really cool. Those that stayed with the church, one of the reasons that they stayed was because they had these adult Christian influences in their life to help them move and to transition and just to be there with them through it all. And this is part of our Orange strategy, is to connect students and children with at least 5 adults in their time here in our children and student ministries, which means that they have 5 Christian influences that sincerely care about their faith and their relationship with God. And this was true for me in my life. It started when I was in kids club and Sunday school. Growing up, I had a really awesome Sunday school teacher and leader for kids club. Her name was Joy, and she really cared about what she was teaching, and she really wanted us to understand it and care about it and get excited about it. And she was also the one who began showing me how to pray and how prayer can actually change things. And then as I got older and started youth group, my first small group leader named Terry, she poured so much love and passion into us about God and our relationship with Him that she made me excited to read the Bible and to have devotional time with God, actually spend time with God. And then as I continued to grow in youth group, there was another lady by the name of Chris who took me under her wing and taught a group of young ladies. She taught us about what true, deep, and real prayer is about. And she also took us to conferences every summer to keep us excited about God and about experiencing Him through prayer. And then another adult came into my life in high school. We started a youth band. And, it's always crazy when you get a group of high school students together to play music. But our band leader, his name was Mark, he encouraged me so much in music and saw so much potential in me that I began to see within myself the potential and the plan that God had for me. And his encouragement spurred me on into full-time ministry today. And, what's so cool about these relationships with these different people is some of them stuck with me through college and the transition into the real world, but some of them were only there for a short time. And it's just cool to see how it all works together. So even if you only have a little bit of time to spend with these kids, it's worth it. So here at Dwight United Methodist Church, if we begin in Kids Club investing in these children's lives, influencing them as Christian adults, just think about by the time that they graduate high school, they will have had at least 5 Christian adults influencing their lives. Then we can change the statistic. And for Dwight United Methodist Church, we'll have an army of students ready to enter the world with a faith that is their own. So let's go orange together as the church and families to reach these students and children with God's love and the light of the gospel. Remember, we can't do this alone. As the church, we need you parents to show them what an everyday faith looks like through your big red beating heart. And as parents, we need the church to help direct your children to faith in a relationship with God through a glowing yellow light bulb. We need each other to provide a community of faith for our children to grow up in, making us orange. So remember, when you play with yellow Play-Doh, you can only make a yellow light bulb. And when you play with red Play-Doh, you can only make a red heart. But when you squish the two together, you get a new color. You get orange. And we have so many more opportunities to reach the next generation when we work together with orange. So let's start thinking orange.